This summer movie season is traditionally 3 months of big budgets, big stars, and big box office. So why has the crop of blockbusters for '06 been limper than Jack Sparrow's wrist? Well, that's the question. Is this the worst year for summer movies ever? That's what's on our plate today, folks, as we slither through The Loop. Joining us tonight to help us make sense of it all is Scott Bowles, movie reporter for USA Today, comedian and movie fanatic Rusty Dooley, and Leo Quinones, Free FM movie critic. Gentlemen, welcome to The Loop. Rusty, I want to start with you. Big summer for movies, like we were saying, but what was the worst film you saw, the biggest disappointment in your eyes?
X-Men 3, without a doubt.
Any particular reason why? I mean, was it the Juggernaut? Because he was very faithful to what the internet kids were putting up on YouTube.
The Juggernaut is, if you read the comics, was a much more powerful. They should have CGI'd him and not used that bodysuit. They looked like a He-Man character. It looked like Man-at-Arms. If you've ever seen Man-at-Arms with this, that fake-looking steel helmet looked awful. It looked like it was styrofoam. That whole thing had to go.
Okay, so wardrobe issues aside, what were there major gripes with the film?
I mean, they keep letting characters die, and then it's like they write them back in right on the set. Like Jean, she's gone, right? But in the second movie, she comes back and she wrapped herself in some kinetic ball of power. It just got laughable. Like, I laughed out loud when they brought her back.
Yeah, it's true. I think comic book fans are a little more forgiving when they kill someone off and bring them back, but movie fans maybe not so much. Leo, what did you think? Did Brett Ratner do the series any justice?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that seeing Famke Janssen in that sexual thing with Wolverine, that was hot, Kevin. Okay, I was totally into it. I think he did a good job. But I do take issue, like Rusty, with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I mean, it looked like he was on Slim Fast, and Wolverine's got to be a brute, you know?
Right.
And I loved Hank Beast McCoy, and I think Kelsey Grammer did a fantastic
Did you
job.
like that Wolverine cried like a little schoolgirl every 5 minutes? Because I believe that was very true to the comics.
We could all kick Wolverine's ass, even Scotty at USA Today. All of us can, no problem.
Yeah,
all right, well, Scott, what do you think? Characters being killed, Wolverine in tears, the Juggernaut looking like a He-Man plaything?
Absolutely not. These guys are geeking out. They may have been bitten by snakes. X3 was exactly what it needed to be. It had a finality to it. It had a new storyline to it. You look at the summer films this year, none of them had any real plot twists. This was what everyone wanted. This was carried off relatively well, given that Bryan Singer had set it up for a third and then left the project in midstream. Imagine what this could have been had Brett gone a different route. It's fine to kill your characters. You want a dramatic turn.
Yeah, the bar was definitely set very high. Huge expectations. Leo, what about you? What was the best movie of the summer then? We focused on the worst. What made you giggle like a schoolgirl?
Well, I was giggling, and I had the most fun I had, Kevin, this summer was seeing Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, you guys can bring it on. Bring it on.
They're giggling as well. Let's hear it. Why'd you like the Pirates?
4 times I've seen it. The first time I saw it was the world premiere. Rusty, I'm coming to you next.
4 times.
I saw it at the world premiere, and they were like, oh, there's Johnny Depp. The second time I saw it was with nothing but movie critics, and they were like this. Third time I saw it, full Pirates crowd, costume contest. Raise your hands, you guys, if you actually paid to see Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm sure Scotty didn't. Am I right, Scotty?
You know something? I paid for it, and I want my money back.
You're kidding, right?
Me too.
2.5-hour, lumbering, overblown film. It had such a simple charm the first time around. I don't know what they were thinking about this one. It was simply a setup for the third, and a poor setup at that. They should have taken a cue from X-Men and added some drama and some new plot twists.
No,
the only thing they got away with
They did
was my
raise a
money.
lot of questions. Rusty, what do you think? Did Leo spend 10 hours watching a trailer for Pirates 3?
The movie's terrible. I'm sick of seeing Orlando Bloom with a bow and arrow. The supermodel's got to be X'd out of movies completely. You couldn't even understand the voodoo chick. They hacked Raiders of the Lost Ark. They hacked so many movies, threw it in a blender, and spit it out.
I will give you this, Rusty. I will give you this. The rolling wheel was a little much. The skull cage was a little much. And the Jack Sparrow with the fruit.
Worshipping Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
they
Leo, I
worship
think you just
C-3PO.
mentioned 3 major plot points in the film that you saw 4 times, by
But
the way.
I still had a good time, Kevin.
And that's what counts.
Time.
You know, that's true. That is what counts.
Jack's, you know what, $400 million at the box office. We're not all stupid. I mean, Jack Sparrow is an amazing character. It was written straight on paper, and he looks great.
Can I explain that?
What? No, I want to move on from this.
Okay.
We've had enough pirate talk. We spent too much time on Johnny. Scott, tell me, what was this summer's biggest disappointment for you?
Oh, without a doubt, it's Superman Returns. This guy, Bryan Singer, had $250 million to make a good movie, and he made a film that was unhappy. It ought to be a lot of fun to be Superman. You get to fly, you get a buff body, and this guy's complaining about his press. He doesn't have a girlfriend. All Superman Returns does is remind us of what Christopher Reeve brought to the project. It was $250 million, another $250 million to market it, and you can't make a good movie for $500 million. It's unforgivable.
Scott, I'm going to agree. It was like a MySpace version of like the amazing adventures of Emo Man come to life. But we're already looking ahead to next summer's blockbusters when Transformers, Spider-Man 3, Pirates 3, and of course The Simpsons hits movie theaters. It should be a very good season. Thanks to Rusty, Scott, and Leo for keeping us in the loop. It was a pleasure, gentlemen.